Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 13th of May 2020. In this part, what we're going to be doing is populating Nuclear City and then hopefully get our nuclear production industry running with a bit more performance than it has been so far, and more importantly generate some nuclear power. But before that, I just want to talk about one very important subject. This is going to be the last regular video for this series, but it doesn't mean that this is the last video in the series, because what I'm going to be doing going forward is doing irregular videos when I've got something to show you guys. Because one of the problems I've got now, because the economy's got so big, you can see we're now over 80,000. The time lag putting together some of these major cities and think points of interest is taking quite a lot, and I'm running out of things to say, to be completely honest. So what's going to happen with this series is that for the next few weeks, until the next update drops into the beta branch, there will be irregular updates when I've got something of interest to show you, such as putting in our aircraft production over here, and of course our aluminium production, and of course we've got to plan our new city over here. And then what will happen is when the next update drops into the beta branch, which is going to be about metros and anything else of interest, and what will happen is I will come back to this series and then we'll do a little bit of experimentation with respect to metros or anything else that's actually in the update. Now, if any of you are interested in Workers and Resources, what I'll be doing in probably towards the end of this week is starting a new series. What that series is going to do is focus more on experimenting with different starts, because of course part of the next update is going to be the cosmonaut start. So what I want to do is get a feel for starting in different scenarios as a prelude to the cosmonaut series. So hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, let's just get down to giving you guys a bit of an update. Now, we're obviously a fair distance on from the end of the last part, but what I have been doing is giving various bits and pieces a little bit of a shove so that I can be in a position to populate Nuclear City. But if I come up here, you can see that the rail system isn't complete yet. This is one of the more tedious elements of what's been going on at the moment, is trying to get all this rail system put in. So what I've actually been doing is using trucks to bring some gravel in and some coal in. So it means that we got some coal into the power station here, and I've also got some coal in the gravel in the water purification plants. Now, I did realize that I've got a potential problem with water purification down here, or the water well, actually not water purification. So what I've done is I've put a small water plant in here which doesn't need workers, because we're going to have to bus the workers down to this plant here in order to get water production. I also noticed that the workers up here couldn't walk to here, so I put a footpath in there. I've also, you see here, I can't remember how many trains I've got on this route. I think it's one or two. So I think it's just one at the moment. What I'm going to need to do is possibly put another train onto this route. I think I've got someone who can come in. So let me just come over here. I think I've got another one of these. You can come here. While he's going to there, we'll just go back up to Nuclear City. Try and find that train. And then go back to... Oh, he's over here. Just... just get him into here. Now he's in the depot, we can launch him. Of course, there's no line spacing with trains. So what we now got is this area here. Now, one other thing I want to show you is over here. I've finally considered defeat over here with respect to disposing of wastewater, because I think shipping wastewater to the border. It may work when you're first starting out, but to be honest, it's not really working with respect to once you've got a reasonable sized population. So what I've actually done is I've used the modded version to dispose of sewage over here. And if I come down here, you'll see that I've built a sewage disposal point from here, because the nature of the terrain meant I couldn't pick up from here and get to there. So what I had to do in the end was use the second connection from here, because this is the main pickup point. And what we've got is it's now coming out to here to drop off. And I think I've got a couple of tankers still wandering around here in case there's anything that needs to be shipped out from another source. So that's the current situation. Now, if you look in here, I've got about 1,200 people to move to the new town. Oops. And so we're just going to see if we can find the unemployed. I don't think we're going to have any unemployed here. So we're going to have to go around, not unemployed, what am I on about? Over 21s. Where are you? Over 21s. So we may actually have some over 21s up here. I don't think we've got that many, are we? No, I think these can just move in. So we're just going to see. Yeah, we got quite a few here. So in this area, so we'll just pick up here. There's not that many, but and then we'll just come over to Coalville. I'm sure Coalville will have a few buildings. Now, the reason I'm doing it this way is that I want a population mix. I don't want just everyone to move in as an over 21, because the problem with that is that there's a possibility you can create a death wave. So by doing it this way, we should be able to kind of space things out a little bit. And there's probably quite a lot of people in here. Yeah, we got. Probably take some out of there. Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of people in here, so just put you up as a high volume pickup. I think we're going to start with these. Then we'll just go up to. Now, the first thing I want to do is allocate. We can't. Okay. What we're going to do is put people into the smaller building. So it's 2, 3, 4. Thank you, game. I didn't want you to do that. This way. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think what's the population in here? 148 max. One thing you want to do is put in. I mean, the idea is just to put enough people in here so that they're gonna go to the workers. About 60 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, fill up. 5, 6. And then we'll just come into here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think that's going to be 150. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So just, yeah, we got workers in here. Now we are going to need to restrict our workforce a little bit, because otherwise we're going to get too many people doing the wrong job. Of course, the most important thing is we've got workers down here. Yeah, so we actually got water now. And of course, I haven't really tested the water before so far, so what we're going to need to do is See whether we got water pressure and well, we got flow. Oh, we got a good water pressure across the map. That's good. And the other thing is power. And the other thing, next thing I want to do is we've got some workers into here. That means we should be able to get workers out to the heating plant. Okay, we're still not. but of course we're in June anyway, so the heating shouldn't be that much of an issue. We've got a few people in there. I've already reduced the workforce in here. Right, how many? So we've still got 647. I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to allow people to move in so that I don't waste your time doing this. Just allow. So what will happen is now the additional over 21s will now flow into the and fill this up. Hopefully, well, we need to set that. We should be able to get a good loyalty, so we'll set that about 55. Same with the university. That's about 55. Just reduce the workforce a little bit in there. Right, we got plenty of sellers, so things should settle down now. Turn off that. I think we need this anymore. Got this technical office here, which we're going to use for snow clearance, because obviously we need to keep this road open in order to bring the gravel down for the water purification. Got another technical office here. I can't remember which is set to our pickup points here, just in case there's any gaps. In fact, let's just see. I think this needs to be 3,000 because it's going to need the supply. Yeah, we're going to need drinking water out here, so that's going to be good. And this is starting to fill up a little bit now. More importantly now, I'm hoping that we're going to get some workers into here. One worker. I mean, it's probably going to take a little while to settle down. We'll just go and have a look-see over here and see how things are going. But we actually got nuclear power. A little bit of water there. Now, I'm hoping that we're... Yeah, once the workforce fills up over here... We got one person came here. Make sure I don't want anyone working in here, and that's good. My main concern is maybe I'll just give you guys some range as well. Have you got? I want to check the sewage system. We got no sewage system to here. Relying on trucks. Oh, we've got a problem here, guys. This I'm going to build the outfall. In fact, I'm going to build both of these because that one there is the outfall for our nuclear power plant. So that, as that comes to life, that should do an electricity problem. Out of power supply. So what's up with you? Oh, I don't think we're Not actually producing any workers at the moment. We need more workers in. But that's okay, because in theory, trains shouldn't be going up that place at the moment. I think it's just going to take a little while to settle down, isn't it? Yeah, one not food. I don't think we really need that number of people here. We need to get more workers here. Where are you going? Are we actually getting workers down to here? Here we are. Okay, so we're good. So we're actually full. I think what we can do now is just remove these restrictions. There's probably people here who are unemployed. We're having a bit of a power fluctuation at the moment. Probably because the power station isn't. Okay. Yeah, we need this to be more consistent. I think we probably need a couple more people in there. Probably a couple more in there. We need to draw people down to here. We got no workers in here at all, so what we really need is the workers in here. We're not getting them. I think what we're going to do is we're going to force the issue a little bit. Actually, I mean, they're all in, should be all in range of here. What we need to do is get quite a large number of people in here, so that we get a regular group of people here now. So we should do now is, yep. We need that. Probably the problem with the power supplies at the moment is it's overloaded, because really this needs to be connected. Let's just make sure that is working properly. Yeah, so we're getting the power to here. Just wondering whether this is a good idea, because this is like drawing from this power line here. Although this power line is good, and this one is, so it's looking consistent. It's just it is workers, isn't it? We're gonna need some more accommodation in here. Get this working. Let me just see. Yeah, I think we're now getting to the point where we're forcing people to come down to here. We're now getting in a position where we're getting a stable power supply, which in theory should make everybody a little bit happier. If we're going to get consistent. We got people in here consistently now. That's got no workers, so I think at the moment we only do we need two. I mean, I built this as a contingency, so. Cannot enjoy culture. Well, we got sport here. Yeah, I think what I really need to do is bring this second one online, because I don't think we're that that water thingy was pushing upwards and backwards and forwards. There's food and meat. Now, I do have a meat truck running backwards and forwards, so I think it's just a question now of letting everyone settle down a little bit. Getting that fluctuating power supply. That's because the workers have dropped out again. Yeah, we need more workers. Got a feeling we probably need more trains. How many workers we got in here? Yeah, we need more workers onto this. You go there. I'm just going to follow this guy. How many workers he's picking up? We're probably going to need to grow the town a little bit. That's much better. Picking up almost 110 workers now. So just follow him out. Yeah, that's going to make a big difference. See, we're out of... That's going to staff this a lot more effectively. Container type. My main concern is what about the actual sewage in this area? 49%. Ah. Okay, I hadn't realised that we had a potential problem here with sewage. And of course we're going to have the same problem over here, though we could drain it in this way. Let's have a look at the... Right, so have a look. We could get that. I'd rather hook that processing plant. So if we put that about there, but the trouble is, what's the height? That's 2.87. That's is 2.73 3 meters. We really need to kind of create a little bit of a drop here. Oops, no. We create a little bit of a dip there to slow the game up actually before it runs away from me. That's 1.29, 57. I think if I can kind of create a little bit of a wodge there. That's a bit better. That's 1.82. So if I put zoom out a little bit. I can put, it'd be great if I could hook that other plant, but we're not, are we? So all we're gonna have to do is put that in there, put a switch in, say about there, You connected there. We'll drop that down a little bit. That's cancel. That's no good. Built a pipe which I don't need. Right, just I'm really starting to dislike pretty flat land. What we'll do is we'll come here. We've got this here. I put in a for argument's sake, I put in a 10-meter lift pump there. What that should do is give me a nice run. So that will mean that what I can do now is, if necessary, I can put in a connection from, say, over here. Say, for argument's sake, we can check the height here. This is 2.86, this is 2.73. It's 2.74. Could just give a little bit of a gentle there, which would give me 1.93, which means if I then put in a sewage outfall pickup point, which if we could, that one's okay. In fact, we could come this way, couldn't we? And I could hook those plants there. What's this? 273, 273. So if I just put a little bit of a little divot in there. Maybe just tuck you on this corner about there. That can come into there. Now we don't really need to build this using the auto build. We can do this with the helicopter crews. They can come in and build this. So you can build that, you can build that, you can build that, that, that will run all the way. Oops, nope. That can just run into that place there over time. And then if we need extra drainage from here when I bring this online, what we can do is just send it this way. We do have coverage now with respect to that. So this one is connected, this one is connected. So we just need to put in some sewage outfall here. Let's have a quick round. So we should be getting a steady power supply over here now, because we should be. Things are now we're getting the consistent workers into here. I think we're looking good, guys. So what we're going to do now is just see how many workers you've got. Yeah, we're getting quite a few workers here. We're going to need to expand Nuclear City a little bit over time. Maybe get a few more workers in. We've got a little bit of space here, possibly for another block. We could probably put another block here, as long as it stays in range of the shopping centre. Possibly an option there. That might be getting a bit far away from here. And we'll get that. And And I think while that's settling down, what I want to do is just check my rail construction offices, because they're not being very reliable at the moment. They seem to want to keep going off in odd angles and tangents and other things. It's saying that it's in this area here. So it's actually, these guys are pushing through here. And you're pushing through towards this connector. So they're approaching this connector here. And the guys coming from the other side. Oh, this is the farm that I've not built. This farm is not assigned. I think this one is due to the fact that it's, let me just, I think we may need to extend that to 2,000 meters, get them on there. Okay. So it's missed this cycle anyway, so hopefully we've got this here. I haven't yet connected this up by train, I don't think. I think at the moment we're still using trucks, because I'm not 100% certain that where I want to send this. In fact, let me just look at something. Let me just come in here, because I think this is the one that's bringing the crops down to this area here. Yep. So if we go over to here, I just see the right one. You pick up crops from here. My instinct is that when this gets big enough, we'll stop it pulling the crops from here, so that the crops here can be purely for food supply, and then the crops going to the chemical industry over here. Although I don't think there's any shortage at the moment. Yeah, we've got it all relatively under control. And there we got. And I just want to check this rail construction office. This is the one that's been giving me the bigger headache. Yeah, this one's, you're building that. You're building out that way. And I think, why is that one not? I think it's this, isn't it? Right, we're going to have to do that. It's going to be a bit of an overlap with the other train. I'm not sure whether this has been electrified, so let me just shift. I think we'll get this electrified. So we need that electrified. So we're getting close to closing this gap there. The only thing I am considering is possibly putting in a rail distribution office in here, because I've got a feel that, like, we got I just feel that I don't want to combine the supply of gravel and coal with what I've already got. But to do that, we're going to have to put one up about here, aren't we? It's going to be a little bit. So we've got rail junction there, and junction there. This is coming into here. We can't put one here. Well, we could put one about here. we'd have to kind of do a bit of a back. Oh no, we can run through this, can't we? If say for arguments, but then we'd have to put a road over here. I think that might work actually. Let me just see. Distribution offices. Say for argument's sake we put one in about here. And then yeah, my instinct is to come through here like that. We could put another one across, use a crossover here, and then now technically this isn't going to have a road that doesn't really do that much, so we could quite literally put a road across like you to there like that, and then worked. Okay, construction office. Oh, I really need to fix that. Take the construction office off of part 1 because there's no construction. I think this will just have to be an experiment, that if we can run the construction office, the rail distribution office from here and put it through here, because this won't be excessively busy because all it's got to do is deliver the coal and gravel to here. Then the train can run through here. The only downside is that this won't have a back loop. But then this is only going to be supplying the gravel to here, and then possibly coming down. We'd have to put a loop in here, wouldn't we? No. Yes, we would have to put. No, I think considering the amount of money I got, I think this one we can dedicate completely to just bringing the gravel and coal up to here. Yeah, and then also possibly distributing coal and gravel to the one over here as well. So it'd just be like a coal and gravel distribution network. I think that will work. Anything we got any? I think it takes a little while to get the waste out here. I think I've got a truck running around delivering that. And another option is that we can export surplus to here now. Let's just have a look here. Maybe we're just increase this workforce a little bit. Just push them all up a smidge. Just like this. We still got uranium there. How many people on this one? So we got these are being built. Reliable supply of workers in there now. And we've got there about the heating plant. No workers. Right. That's not good. So we're gonna have to put some workers to there and there. 148. I'm gonna push that up to about 60. Wait, I want tourists. I want work. I only want workers out here, please. don't really like this. So I think we're... I think if we put that through there... Oops, I didn't realise I hadn't built this either, so you just hook this up. The magic crew from over here and put in the missing ones if it will let me. I don't remember which one it is now, but put those in there. Got any? We've got workers here now. I mean, this is the downside that we'll just get here. Well, just reduce this down a bit. There should be 2 of these running. I want to make sure the line spacing on. The line spacing is on. Yeah, that should get that working. Yeah, the drainage is working good. We got the shopping mall there. One thing I wouldn't mind here is a administrative building actually. Let me see, City Hall. I just don't particularly want a very big one. Can we kind of sneak a City Hall in here somewhere? Probably just put one on this corner here, like that. Slide you in here. I just want one so that I can, yeah. Structure. Get that built or allocated. Now, what I do want to do is leave enough space near the center, preferably somewhere about here, for the next update, so that if we get a metro, because what I'm going to be interested to see is whether we can get a metro to run from here into here without and actually go underwater. That's one of the kind of pre-tests that I'm setting up with respect to the next update, because I'm going to be very interested to see whether we could use, well, maybe I could put it over there and expand the town a little bit that way so that we can get more workers in, because we've got a lot more production facilities here. I mean, we need to go make Nuclear City a little bit bigger. I mean, we're producing the fuel, kind of churning out a little bit of uranium as well, and that is being processed into, whether this is uranium oxide. The only possible problem is, oh, we actually got a couple of workers over here. Absolutely no idea how they're managing to get here. Oh, we still got buses coming in from over here. I think I'll probably leave that so that we can keep supplementing this. Of course, eventually I'd like to get this online as well, so that we got more. But I think at the moment we're doing okay with the uranium. Or I think at the moment, I think this guy, I think we're going to extend. It's not that, it's this one I want. What's your route? if we do that, whoops, wait, because at the moment he's just shifting stuff backwards and forwards, and what we can do is just get him to drop off. He's definitely we'll just see what he's doing. I've actually got 2 trucks here. Oh, you're delivering to the nuclear power station. Okay. And what he should do is he should drop off the fuel to here. So what that will mean is that this will pull the fuel from here. So he will pick that up. So what that will mean is we'll produce a little bit of a surplus here. Because what I'm hoping is eventually that we might be able to export some nuclear fuel as well. This is the reason why we got 3 of these in a row. But at the moment, all I want to do is just make sure that I've got steady supply of power for my economy, because I need the stable power supply to be able to push out and supply Nuclear City and, of course, Aluminium Town. So that is going to be the way forward. Anyway, guys, I think I'm running out of things to say, so this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. On a final note, as I've said, I will be starting a new series where I'll be exploring different starts. And the 3 starts I'm considering is a vanilla start, possibly on hard, just to see how difficult that is now with the new configuration and the fact whether it's even possible. And the second one will be another hard start, but using mods, just to see if it's possible to get a lift off from hard mode with the restricted cache and still building all that. That one will be the precursor for the cosmonaut start. And I'm also considering possibly something like a 1900 start, just out of curiosity, and see if there's enough mods to be able to put in the necessary infrastructure to fulfill the requirements. Again, that is a precursor for cosmonaut mode. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.